In 2005, News Corp paid $580 million for MySpace, the most visited website in America. 6 years later, they sold it for $35 million. The site that replaced it started in a dorm room with a $1,000 investment. Today, Meta is worth over $1.5 trillion. MySpace didn't lose because Facebook was a better product. It lost because of a force it couldn't see, couldn't copy, and couldn't reverse. A network effect is a simple idea with brutal consequences. Every user who joins a platform makes it more valuable for every user already there. One person with a phone has a paperweight. 2 people have a conversation. 1 million people have infrastructure. But here's the part most people miss. A network effect isn't just about size. It's about density. A platform with 10 million users spread across 50 countries is weaker than a platform with 50,000 users in one university, if those 50,000 all know each other. That's the difference between a crowd and a community. A crowd can scatter. A community has gravity. Think of a social network like a party. In 2004, MySpace was the biggest party in town. Millions of people, loud music, wild energy. Facebook opened a different door, smaller, quieter. But everyone inside knew each other because it launched campus by campus, first Harvard, then Stanford, then every Ivy League school. Within each campus, saturation was near total. That changes everything. When your roommate is there, your study group, your crush, not joining becomes the weird choice. And every person who walks in makes the room harder to leave. Your photos are there, your messages, your social history. Leaving doesn't mean switching apps. It means starting from zero. MySpace had scale. Facebook had density. Density win, because density creates a room no one wants to leave. And then Facebook did something MySpace never could. It required real names, real identities. That turned a social network into infrastructure. A directory, a coordination tool, a communication layer. You didn't just scroll Facebook, you used it. And that made the switching cost invisible but absolute. If network effects are so powerful, why doesn't Facebook swallow everything? Because network effects are bound by context. Facebook owns the social graph, who you know. LinkedIn owns the professional graph, who you work with. YouTube owns the content graph, what you watch and who creates it. Each one is a different party in a different building. LinkedIn survives not despite Facebook's network effect, but because its network effect operates in a space Facebook doesn't reach. Same force, different orbit. YouTube is its own monster. Every video uploaded makes the platform more valuable. Every creator who builds an audience there can't leave because the audience won't follow. The viewers stay because the creators are there. The creators stay because the viewers are there. Two-sided gravity. Network effects don't reward the best product. They reward the product that reaches critical density first. After that tipping point, every new user makes leaving harder, joining easier, and competing nearly impossible. Not through malice, through math.